welcome back to the Flannel Channel. Today, gonna be picking up something kind of cool going in the trailer, and we're gonna be going a long ways tomorrow morning. I wanted to show it to you. It's gonna be an interesting episode. I hope you'll stick around. Here we go. Love it when nice folks let us in like that. That is awesome. ANOKA has some of the coolest people that work here. It's been a couple other videos that I know I've brought you guys in here before. Alright, looks like it's our turn for the scale. Here we go. Afternoon, guys. 111. Picking up, I guess it's turnings for SSAB now, huh?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Take a lot of material out of this yard. A lot of shred, a lot of fluff, also known as ASR, auto shredder residue. A number of different locations: St. Paul, Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
I got you, Phil.
All right, thanks, Nick. That American flag right there on top of that stacker, that's Matt's flag. We all miss Matt. Matt served our country. Yeah. He was loaded here for a number of years. Good dude. All right, so it's a one-way circle in here, and we're gonna kind of go maybe 75% of the way around the loop, and we're gonna jump out. I'm gonna pop the bows out of the trailer and make room. We're actually gonna get loaded with a magnet today. We're picking up Ferris turnings, and that's probably our loader right there. If I had to guess, Mo's the best mag operator I've ever seen. You guys will get to witness some of his skills. Planning on putting the camera up on top of the trailer so you can kind of get a sense for how they load us with this stuff. We'll get lined up over by the turnings pile. Always cool stuff happening here at the pit. Stuff's getting backed in, cars getting crushed. Just gotta really be on your toes. Keep your head on a swivel. Make sure you're not in anybody's way. Pay attention to your radio, all that stuff. Nobody wants to get hurt. Nobody wants to end their day early. Those kind of things are preventable if you're taking it slow and easy. Hard hats, of course, are required. The stuff we're after is up here on our right. It is covered with these big lids, so most likely they're gonna have a grapple come over, pick up the lid, set it off to the side, and then Mo will be behind it with the magnet. And he's gonna set those machine shop turnings right into our trailer. He'll pack it real nice, and I bet we're gonna get up to 80,000 pounds with that stuff, because Mo is the master. Now that I've talked him up, he's gonna have a tough time, watch. Mo is consistently really, really good at this. So I'm gonna back up just a little bit. All right, hard hat on. You can come with me back to the trailer here. Like so many other times, places that we go are really, really cool and interesting, fun to show you guys. So that's why I have a camera like I do, and I can put it in some interesting places that you can watch that I can't necessarily sit. So you'll see the cranes coming over our way. I need to move these bows out of the way, and we'll get set up. But yeah, you won't find cooler machines or cooler guys than right here at ANOKA. Good stuff. All right, we're loaded. Now, one of the things that I want to point out to you, you can see things dripping out of the tailgate right here. That is the cooling liquid that is used in machine shops for their machines, okay? And so that liquid can be a real problem in the wintertime. When we have turnings in the trailer, that coolant, that liquid will freeze. And so this entire load can get stuck to the walls and the floor of the trailer and not slide out properly and be a real issue. Thankfully, it's July and it's like 90 degrees out here, so we don't have to worry about that. But let's climb up in the trailer. I'll show you kind of up close what the load looks like. We'll put the bows in, tarp it up, head for home. There we go. Now you can tell up close that it's very, very sharp. I'm almost tempted to not touch it with my bare hands, but just the little chips of steel, all different rainbow colors. It's actually still a little bit warm sometimes too. But yeah, so safety glasses or sunglasses all the time, work boots, full pants. You don't want to get tangled up with this stuff. If you get it my horn sounds better. So this stuff is all the chips and filings from a machine shop, and of course they throw in bandsaw blades and all kinds of other stuff as well. But you definitely want to make sure you have long pants, good boots, gloves, either sunglasses or safety glasses. You don't want to mess with this stuff. It can make a real mess, especially if you get it inside your boots and socks. I've had that happen. That's experience. That does not feel good. So that's kind of a look at what this is. Those of you guys that are machinists, you know exactly what all this is. Certain ones are really, really long loops. Some is just short chips, kind of blue, purple, red, different colors from being hot. But yeah, all right, let's tarp up and make trails for home. We gotta stop and get some fuel either tonight on the way home or tomorrow too. I'll also make sure that I get this stuff off the rails of the trailer. Don't want that stuff falling out. All right, let's head for home. Get some rest, and I will see you 0 dark 30. Hey, good morning, everybody. Just jumped in the truck, fired things up. About to do my pre-chip, just filling out my logbook here this morning. It's going to be a whirlwind day. We're going to do 3 different loads. Right now we have machine shop turnings in the trailer that's going to SSAB. They're a steel manufacturer down in Muscatine, Iowa. We're going to dump that there. Really cool facility. I'm excited to show you that. And then after we make that delivery, we're going to go around the back side of that same facility and get loaded with our backhaul of a material called Millscale. Millscale is really dense, heavy, oily stuff that kind of comes off during the steel manufacturing process. And we're going to take a load of that back up to Mason City, Iowa. We'll deliver that to Lehigh Cement. And another cool facility that I'll show you there, we're going to be dumping indoors. So that's interesting. Always some cool photography that I can get in there. And then we'll finish the day by getting a load of rock from Northwood, Iowa, and we'll bring that back up into Minnesota. So 3 loads. Cool stuff I want to show you. I'm also going to be filming some footage for another episode I'm doing called End Dump 101. So it'll be kind of combining some of what I'm doing with today's video and that one as well, to help guys that are thinking about getting into end dump, or people that are just curious what goes into how we do what we do with a frameless end dump. And so anyway, that's the plan for today. It's beautiful out. Sun's coming up pretty soon here. Just a reminder, the reason I'm speaking to you now is because it gets really, really loud in here with my windows down, sunroof, the sleeper window open. My air conditioner's broke on this truck, and we're still working on getting our hands on parts for it. So that's why I'm telling you now, before we get going down the road. I'll be doing some time lapse and things like that, but if I don't speak a whole lot while we're driving, that's why. So anyway, let's get on the road. Here we go. I said here we go again. So off in the distance there, you can see SSAB, and I'm hoping, I'm assuming that there's not going to be a long line here today. This is the type of place that we deliver to quite often in the winter, but not so much this time of year. The reason I'm bringing this load down is because it's turnings, and I believe machine shop turnings don't go down the Mississippi River on the barge the same way ferrous scrap metal would, if it was shred, or number 1 heavy melt, number 2 heavy melt, things like that. Those are the type of loads that get trucked in during the winter time when the Mississippi River barges are not going, but because the barges are open, they'll get short haul trucking from the barge to the factory here. But this load coming from ANOKA, Minnesota down to Muscatine. It's because it's turnings. So, pretty cool because we get to see a wide variety of trucks in and out of here, though, too. A lot of flatbedders that are hauling the coils or hauling flat sheet, plate, things like that. So there's some large cars, there's Conestogas, covered wagons, of course a lot of end dumps, scrap haulers and things like that as well. But sort of a treat for me to be down here in the summer, not have to fight snow and ice and stuff like that. So we're gonna roll in the driveway. I'll flip my radio over to channel 3. Kind of a long driveway, and there's plenty of times that you would see row upon row upon row of trucks out here all the way down this driveway. There's lines of trucks. A bit like, you know, some of the hopper guys have to deal with long lines at elevators and refineries and stuff like that. That's how it can be with scrap hauling certain times a year down here, but not too big of lines today. It's good news. It's very good news. Alright, so I'm just going to pull off to the side here. We'll call in, let the scale house know what we have, and I'm going to open up the tarp and pull the bows out and things like that right out here in the driveway as we get prepared. So, after making our delivery, I like to go around, thump all my tires, look everything over, look for any metal that might be sticking out at weird places. There's rebar sticking out of the concrete in there. It's a rough place sometimes. Double check our tailgate, and yeah, quick walk around, just make sure everything looks good. Always better to get a tire fixed now before you get reloaded than to regret it later. All right, we are off to Harsco on the back side. Go all the way back out to the highway now. There's always cool trucks in and out of here. Love it. That old Freightliner Classic, man, that's cool. All right, so here we are at the rear entrance of Harsco, and this is where a lot of the, I suppose you would call it maybe the byproduct of the steelmaking industry is used. This would be where they load slag and what we're picking up today, Millscale, things like that. They'll use those materials for road building. We're going to be taking ours to a cement plant, and they use it as a catalyst for the burner as they dry out the cement and the clay, I believe. So that's about all I know about the Millscale. We're gonna wait our turn here and get an empty weight, and we'll pull over by the pile, tell the loader how much we need, and be on our way. our loader now. Yeah, cool loader. All right, that was fast. Here we go. Wanted to make sure and show you this too. Over there you'll see a drag line, you'll see a whole bunch of extra scrap, you'll see trucks getting loaded with slag and really, really dusty stuff. Occasionally they'll actually bring the melting pots for making the steel and they'll dump it up there on that hill, and you can see bright liquid steel. It looks almost exactly like lava as they're dumping it out and letting it cool off before they load it up. So really interesting place. Well, shoot, you got us heavy by 1,100 pounds, but it's not that big a deal because this stuff is so dense, it's not going to take that much work or sweating to get rid of 1,100 pounds with a shovel. So I'll show you. Whoa, hang on. All right, now is a perfect chance to show you what this stuff looks like. And obviously the loader got me a little bit heavy on the one side versus that side. So one of the things we always have to look for in a flat floor end dump is making sure that your load is evenly distributed. So I'm gonna have to watch that when we go to dump. But this is Millscale, and it's let me throw a glove on here because it's kind of gross to touch. But it looks like black oily sand. Okay, kind of leaves behind a little bit of a residue. But I'm just gonna shovel out what I think is about 1,100 pounds, and we'll go scale it again, see if we're accurate. So I got rid of about 50 shovelfuls. I don't know if that's gonna be enough or not, but it's at least more accurate than it was before. If we're within 500 pounds, I think she'll let us out of here. Something like that, maybe it's 300. I don't remember what their policy is. But, all right, let's try this again. Something else cool I wanted to point out to you is that right over there, you'll see one of the big melting pots that they use, and they'll come in for repairs. They'll have cracks and things like that they need welded up. So that's one of the repair sites for the big melting pots. I thought that's pretty neat. Sometimes there's big sparks flying over there and stuff. So we are right on the money for weight. We're at 79.9, so I shoveled off just the right amount. But yeah, so roll the tarp across, jot a little bit in the logbook, get on the road. City, and I am really glad that we made it here while it's still dry. It's been threatening to storm all day. I think they got just a little bit of rain this morning, but the reason being this place gets a lot of clay and other materials coming in from out of state, and it's very, very, very alkaline when it gets wet. So that mud that we would have to drive through, it really does a lot of damage on polished wheels, polished fuel tanks, things like that. It's some nasty, nasty mud. If you can imagine what it would be like for it to rain on the moon and what kind of mud that would make, that's exactly what the mud acts like here at the cement plant. So we're gonna go up here to the guard shack. I just need to run inside, leave a sample of a little sample bag that I took when we got loaded, put a timestamp on my paperwork, and we'll go on back, deliver this load, and my goal is to make it to the rock quarry for our final load of the day by 4 o'clock when they close. It's not the end of the world if we don't quite make it in time, but you know, we can load ourselves off the conveyor belt. I've shown you guys how to do that before on one of my other videos too. So up ahead, there's quite a few different things going on. That building that you see is where they're actually drying the clay and mixing up concrete cement. And I could be wrong on a little bit of this, but I believe they get well, you can see on the sign there, it says alternative fuels and seed. I believe that they burn organic materials, like bean hulls and things like that would normally be just waste. They burn that as a fuel in order to dry the clay for the cement. So that's why it's kind of an interesting place. You'll see hopper trailers bringing product in, and dumps like us bringing in either gypsum or clay or Millscale like we are today. And then you'll see like van trailers coming in here and picking up bagged material, and then you'll also see rail cars taking out the dust product, and you'll see pneumatic trailers taking dust product out and taking that to places like Cemstone. So it's kind of cool. It's like we can be a part of 2 or 3 different stages of the process in what we deliver. So yeah. Now we'll come around back here by the maintenance shop. It gets a little tight, and we need to go underneath some conveyor belts. There's some old equipment back in here, and we're gonna back indoors to dump this Millscale on the ground. And like I was showing you before, our trailer is not level on the floor, so I'm gonna make sure that my passenger side of the trailer is gonna be sitting up higher on a berm to level things out. Might stop and mount the camera in a different spot here and give you a little bit different view of what this looks like. Maybe not though. I don't know. I have a loader operator that's kind of watching me, so might just continue on with what we're doing. It's one of the things I have to be careful of around here. There you can see some end dumps off in the distance delivering clay there. They're probably really glad that it's dry right now as well, just like I am. This place is no fun in rain and snow. Alright, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just flip my camera around so you can kind of see what I'm operating with here. Alright, so that black hole behind us there, that's where we're aiming. Put the 4-ways on and thread the needle. They try and keep the Millscale covered out of the weather. And it can be challenging to get an end dump all the way up in the air and down again when you're dealing with a doorway opening such as this. Because I have seen firsthand, I've seen some guys get stuck inside a doorway where their trailer is up in the air and they need to pull forward because of the product coming out of the trailer, and then they get themselves in a jam. And it's ugly. Take it slow, take it easy. If I have clean mirrors, I can usually see pretty well back there. But level ground is very challenging in this place. And I can already tell you're at a distinct disadvantage because the floor is actually sloping the opposite of what I need. I need my passenger side up higher. And just in backing in there like that, I can tell my driver's side is the side that's high, and that would only accentuate the problem more. So I'm going to reposition the back of the trailer a little bit again, get a little bit different angle, try it again. I may have to get the shovel out and shovel a little pad for myself. I don't know. We'll see. We get out, give it a look. Hard hat's on. I don't think we're being watched, but you never know. Okay, so I'm sure that you can see, just like I can, that my trailer is already leaning that way, and then it makes it even more so because the floor is not level. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull ahead again. I'm gonna back in over here where some of these other guys have dumped, and I'm gonna dump right ahead of this pile here, and I'm gonna make sure that my passenger side wheel is up on this berm right here. Okay, so my goal is to put my passenger side trailer wheel there, driver's side trailer wheel here. So that's exactly why we get out and look sometimes, because you can just see the slope of the floor of this place. It's far from level, and so it's very time consuming to do it this way, but that's what you have to do. Cool old building though, huh? I love it. Kind of stuff is cool. All right, I'm gonna set up the camera right over here, and you'll be able to get a better look at what I'm up against just by having the camera up here. By moving the truck where I did and now getting my tire up on that berm a little bit, it's leveled things out, and as this truck goes up in the air, the trailer should straighten out as the product comes out. So you just watch right here. Mission accomplished. That's exactly what I wanted. Awesome. Now, time to flip open the tarp, sweep out quick, and go get our load of rock. Hopefully we make it in time. Like I said, it's not the end of the world if I don't. Kick the flaps off here. All right, clean floor. Woo! Glad it's not below zero. Glad it's not raining. Well, we made it. Made it to the quarry. Do a quick load myself kind of deal. If you want to see how we do this, I made a separate video of that here on the channel. But basically, pull the truck halfway on the scale, load the front of the trailer just by holding this button right here. Loads an overhead conveyor. In about 10 minutes, we got a full trailer. And pull ahead, write your weight down. You're on your way to make your delivery. So nice little way to cap off the end of the day. A little bit of extra revenue, you know. So sorry, I know it's a little bit noisy out here, but yeah, we get this on the trailer. Quick zip home, dump it in town, go home, see the family. Well, cool. Just as I was done loading my own trailer, Sheila, the scale lady, got on the radio and said, "Eula, where are you going? I'll just print you a ticket." So yeah. We got ourselves an official printed ticket, and let's head to town, get this load dumped, and we're on our way. That was nice. She would not have had to do that for me. She just happened to still be in the office, and so yeah, one of those things where sometimes you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. You know what I mean? So it's nice. Nice when somebody takes care of you and they don't have to. That's pretty cool. All right, looking forward to ending this day as soon as possible. It's been a long one. Woo. All right, parked at the end of another good day. It's going to be awesome to get home, spend some time with the family. Hey, I want to give a shout out to my editor. That's my 14-year-old son, Noah. The kid does an amazing job, so give him some love. And he's trying to make me look good, which is not an easy task. So, Noah, thanks for your hard work, bud. If you want to interact with me, I'll be over at Instagram. It's at flannel_Philip. Again, I don't see the comments here on YouTube, but I appreciate each one of you liking, sharing, doing all the clicks and the bells, and it all helps. So if you like what you see, you know what to do. I appreciate each one of you. Peace and grease. Be nice to each other.